Richardson rolls right. Completes to Odom. Touchdown, Florida.
You need an alien in the National Football League these days to compete with the Patrick Mahomes of the world, the Josh Allens of the world. And there's one alien at the quarterback position, a unique talent in this year's draft. It's Anthony Richardson out of Florida. What's up, everybody? Ken Swanson here with my guy, Sean Barber, about to break down some Anthony Richardson tape. It's brought to you by Miller Lite. The traits are undeniable when you watch Anthony Richardson, Barber.
Man, you talking about the best of both worlds? Man, he's built like Cam Newton and runs like Lamar Jackson. That's two MVPs. When you mix that together and you come out with a quarterback, man, the sky's the limit. But he has some stuff, he has some things that we're gonna see on film that might knock him down a few rings. I'm interested to see what happens.
Yeah, there's some unique ability that you see on tape with the running. The arm talent is unbelievable. Obviously, you know, there's some inconsistencies with accuracy and some of that stuff that we'll kind of get a look at, I'm sure. But man, there's just not very many guys that have what he has, and you can't coach what he has.
Man, he's the complete package physically. We're gonna try to see if he's the complete package mentally. Let's check the film.
Florida's first offensive player, Richardson, fake the boot. He'll load it up and cut it loose with that big arm. Justin Shorter has the long gain on the first play. Touchdown, Gators.
If you just look at Anthony Richardson's highlights, you're probably going to come out of here thinking he's the number one player, hands down. Obviously, you know, there's a lot of positive things like about it. There's some inconsistencies that people have concerns about, but the highlights are what I keep coming back to and looking at this absolute alien on the football field, Barber.
Yeah, you'd think Lamar Jackson went back to college and got rebooted at Florida.
Gained 30 pounds.
Some of the movements, some of the elusiveness, some of the wiggle, the jiggle is very Lamar-ish. It's very, I mean, the highlight package is tremendous. The freak nature, man, he's just, yes, he's a.
Look at that. Like, you just like roll it out of balance. Like, it's just ridiculous, man. Like, I don't know. I look at him, like you said, Lamar. There's some Lamar to him mixed with like Cam Newton. Yeah. Like, Lamar has some fluidity to him, like the way he plays. He's just kind of a natural mover. Cam was a little stiffer as a mover, was just, you know, pure power. But Anthony Richardson has this elite arm talent. He has the frame of Cam Newton, but he has the foot quickness of a guy similar to a Lamar Jackson. And so you take all these unique traits and, you know, people kind of knock on him as a true drop back quarterback. I think he's underrated. I think there's some high level moments that you're seeing him in a traditional drop back offense that maybe some of these other draft prospects didn't even really get a chance to show as much. And, you know, you just see some of these, you know, the ability to improvise, the ability to create, and some familiarity with more traditional passing concepts.
The thing is, the same thing that makes you say yes, 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 the quarterback, the coach is saying no, right before there. I mean, because so much of his highlight film is, like you're saying, is off schedule. It's, you know, RPO. It's eluding the blitz. Just things that you can't even draw up on the chalkboard. And I just don't know at the pro level, especially with pick number one, could a team go for a guy when half his highlight is off schedule, is scrambles, is. We love what we see though. You can't stop salivating over the potential of this athlete. But then when you think about building an offense around his talents, it shows some limitation, because if you're not doing RPO, it's limiting what makes him so special.
I'll throw a couple offenses at you that I think, you know, you could drop him in, and I think you could find success more earlier than what some other people, you know, might. Justin Fields had a lot of success this year for the Chicago Bears. Obviously, he was kind of all over the place with his accuracy. He wasn't processing necessarily as quickly as others, but, you know, his ability as a runner kind of helped raise the floor of that offense. They had a lot of success when he was healthy. The other one, I'll look at the Philadelphia Eagles and I'll look at Jalen Hurts. You know, Jalen Hurts, he's definitely done a lot to improve his accuracy over the course of his NFL career. But, you know, I think there's a little bit of general accuracy at times to him where, you know, there's some level of consistency, but the way that offense was humming with the run game, and using Jalen Hurts' legs. It was kind of built through that, and then the pass game just steadily improved, and some guys made some plays for him. I don't see why, you couldn't drop an Anthony Richardson into a Justin Fields offense, why you couldn't drop him into, similar to the Eagles. Like, we'll talk about Shane Steichen is the coach for the Indianapolis Colts now with pick 4. I think this guy makes a ton of sense for him, in building that offense similar to what they just had with Jalen Hurts.
He has a lot of easy comps, easy fits. There's a lot of teams that we can see could have some instant offensive success. Again, but it relies so much of that quarterback and the coaching staff all feeling like a guy with only 1 year of starting quarterback experience. Are we willing to attach our horse and buggy to this guy? Is that going to be the guy we draft as being our franchise quarterback when other guys might be still on the board? So yes, if no Bryce Young is there, if no CJ Stroud is there, and you're looking, comparing this young man to Will Levis, I think that you do go with the athlete, you go with the athleticism, you go ahead and run up to the stage and pick this young man as your starting quarterback.
Anthony Richardson has 1 more year of SEC starting quarterback experience than Josh Allen did. I mean, he wasn't playing at Wyoming, he was playing with the big boys. And that's my comp for him. I know I talked a little bit about Lamar and Cam, but I think the kind of combination of all those guys is kind of Josh Allen with probably a faster Josh Allen, if I'm being honest. A faster Josh Allen, if I'm being honest.
Definitely faster, definitely more athletic. The one thing about Josh Allen, we got to remember, when he came to the league, he couldn't hit this broad side of the barn. He was so inaccurate that first season until Dabo really calmed him down and got that footwork and got his mechanics under. And that's going to be the same thing with this young man. If they don't find a way to convince him to focus and really tune in on his mechanics, the NFL, those windows, those throwing windows, you're not going to see this kind of separation, these kind of big gaping holes in zones in the NFL. So you got to be very accurate.
If a smart team builds an offense to magnify the strengths of Anthony Richardson, they could potentially get an alien that can compete with the best of the best. That's Anthony Richardson, the quarterback out of Florida.